Hey, all, we're here tonight with Jackson from Choof. If you don't know Choof, check them the fuck out. Um, Jackson, thank you, dude. I greatly appreciate you, taking time out of your, I guess it's Saturday afternoon for you, to hang out and chat with me.
Cheers for having me, dude. Fucking stoked.
Hell yeah. So Choof is still relatively new. Like, I think you guys had the first demo come out, what, 22, right?
Yeah, yep, that's it. Yeah.
So how did the band come about?
So it started in the pandemic pretty much. So our drummer, yeah, his dad owns a business, so he had a warehouse. And over in Melbourne here, we had all these crazy lockdown rules and shit. You weren't allowed to leave the house. You know what I mean? All the businesses were closed, but factories could still work, so no one would complain if there was jamming coming out of the factory. So it was Jack and Adam, the guitarist, played in another band, Cosmic Kahuna. That sort of fizzled out, so they started a grind band. And I played with Jack in a crossover band called Party Vibes years ago. So he hit me up and asked me to play bass. So we fucking thought we got literally nothing else to do. Let's just fucking write some songs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny how, like COVID happened and you had people who were like, yeah, I'm gonna stay home, and you had other people who were like, fuck, I got nothing else to do. Let's like do something because my brain's going crazy over here, you know?
Oh, for sure, 100%. I ended up even fucking buying just like a new computer and an interface and shit. I'm like, I just got to do something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like I was one of the, I don't know, the lucky people, I guess, where I was still able to work and go and do, and
Yeah.
so it was like nonstop for me, like didn't matter, you know? Uh so so far, you guys released a demo in 22. You had a full length come out last year, right?
EP.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, you've had a couple of singles come out, and it sounds like you're getting ready to release 7-inch here a little later in the year. Is that right? Or did
We
that
want to
already?
do an album. Yeah,
Okay,
the 7 inch here. That's what the singles were on.
gotcha.
But we just finished recording an album like 2 weeks ago. We got out of the studio with Jason Fuller. He played in Blood Duster. Did they end up getting you hear them?
So yeah, someone messaged me from Blood Duster like, "Hey," and I was like, I'm like, okay, like my schedule's packed for I think about 3 weeks, so I'm like trying
Oh,
to trying to get them going, but
man.
that'll be cool to have them on there.
Yeah, yeah, fucking oath, man. But yeah, we just finished recording the album with Jason. Just sending back mix notes now, so hopefully get it mastered within the next week or two and fucking get it out as soon as we can.
Hell yeah. And you guys are DIY in that, right? No like label support or anything?
Nothing so like we've got Matt Young from King Parrot runs Dead Set Records here in Australia. So we've got sort of a deal with him over here. Once we get the masters back, we'll see what we can do overseas. Try and get some distro at least, but if not, we're happy to put it out ourselves and fucking yeah, like you said, DIY, just get it done.
Hell yeah. Well, that's cool. I might be able to help you out over here in the States. I got a buddy who has a little small label, but it's real boutique. He does limited run vinyls, so it might might be something to look at.
Yeah,
That's super cool. Um, you have tour plans coming up.
yeah, yeah. So we're gonna by the time this comes out, we would have announced it. But yeah, headline runner shows, Queensland, 2 shows in Queensland, 3 shows in New South Wales, 4 or 5 shows in Victoria, and a couple in Adelaide across May and June. Just keep his all tied over until the album comes out.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what do you think timeline is for the album release?
If if there's some label interest, probably early next year by the time we sign contracts, get it to press. If not, hopefully October latest this year would be the outcome. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that'll be cool. How excited are you to get some new music out and like, get on tour and do all that
Oh,
good shit?
wouldn't believe it, man. Because fucking even the new songs that we've done, some of those songs are 2 years old. So it's
Yeah.
just like we're just ready. I'm ready for everyone to hear them. It sort of G'd us all back up hearing them in the studio. You know, you get the mixes back. You're like, oh fuck, that song's actually sick. Hey, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And this tour, yeah, we're sort of road testing the new songs as well. Come out, smash them. It'll be all new shit pretty much. Go
Hell
by in
yeah.
the flash of an eye. Yeah, yeah.
So what about how many songs are going to be on the album?
So we recorded 22, but it'll end up being about 30 minutes of music. We want to cut the album down to about 25. So probably 19, 20 songs will be on there. But yeah, 25 minutes worth of music's the max that I like to listen to. So that's what I want to put out.
That's so it's so funny, because I'm old. So like I remember the times when you were looking at like Metallica's one, what is that? Like it's over 9 minutes by itself.
One, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. yeah.
you know, you're like 25 minutes, that's it. I'm like, shit, that's you know, a Pink Floyd album, that's like two songs and you're done.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Much. I'm looking for the button.
Hell yeah. So how crazy is your live show?
Pretty crazy. Yeah, we like to turn it on. You know, fucking our Jake's unbelievable front man. Um, doesn't not shy about getting in the pit, biting cunts on the ankles, spitting. You know what I mean? Choking,
Yeah.
all sorts. Yeah, yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah, it really reminds me like Matt and King Parrot, like the last time I saw them, I was just talking to a buddy of mine about it the other day. He's like, dude, he's like, I'm there in the pit and all of a sudden this dude fucking jumps off stage and he's like, "Bah, bah, bah," like all over us. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's Matt. That's some good shit, man. Love those
Fucking oath.
dudes
Oh, they're the best, eh?
for sure. Yeah. So I feel like he and I had a really good conversation. He really pushed you guys. He likes you guys a lot. So I was like, awesome. I'm gonna check him out. I want to try and get him fucking on. And before I was like, hey, you guys want to be on? I made sure to check you out and was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I dig these guys. Like, let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, mad, mad. That's cool.
So so what bands for you right now are you like listening to that you're like, man, these guys are really good. I'd love to hear, see some more people check them out.
Big one for me is Tribal Gaze, this death metal band. They're on Maggot Stomp. But yeah, they just fucking rule, man. Like real Morbid Angel influenced. Percussive palm muting, but still got the tremolo parts and shit in there. Besides that, I'm just going back to a heap of Insect Warfare and Pig Destroyer lately. Prowler in the Yard, can't go wrong.
All right. Yeah. So like Pig Destroyer, I think they're playing over in Europe right now.
Yeah, yeah, I just saw that actually. I've got the dude that plays bass plays in Noisem as well, and I've got him on Instagram, and I see him putting a heap of shit up.
And you're like, fuck yeah, do some more shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Um, so are there like how long have you been playing music?
So I'm 32. Started playing guitar when I was 13, but playing in bands in the scene sort of thing probably since I was 20. So coming up to 15 years. And I'd say the Jack and Adam, our drummer and guitarist, are about the same as well. Hey, we're the same age, sort of, and they were playing pub gigs when they were 18, 19 too.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's that like over there? Like what are the pub gigs like over there? Like here you got to be 21 to drink. So a lot of bars are like 21 and up.
Yeah, so here's 18. So pretty much a lot of places, if you're 16, 17, they'll let you come in and play and leave.
Hmm.
Or you don't say anything and no one knows. But yeah, the age here is 18. So yeah, by the time you hit 18, that's when you finish school as well. You know what I mean? So it sort of times out well, people are getting into their, sort of subculture instead of just by their school friends, breaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fucking neat. Like I find it funny, looking at the different areas of the world and they're like, yeah, our drinking age is this. Like shit, when I was Canada is 19, so like I grew up in Detroit and we'd go across the bridge to Canada so we could drink legally, and then we'd be
Yeah,
all wasted driving home. Like, yeah, that's the smart thing to do.
yeah, yeah. classic. But even then, but over here, you've got to be 18 to get your license. But you guys are 16, I think. Hey, so that's weird difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit, I
Yeah,
didn't even think about that part of it.
yeah. We can get our learners at 16, but you got to like have your full license driver with you until you're 18.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so the different states have different rules regarding that. Like in Michigan, I think you have to be 15 in a day to get your permit, and
Okay. Yep.
then you can't drive alone until you're like 16. And like I'm in Kentucky now, and it's you have to be 16 to get your permit, and you've got to do so many hours of driving at night during the day on the highway and all that shit before you can drive alone.
Yeah, that's what ours is pretty much. You got to do so many hours in, but by the time you hit 18, yeah.
Yeah. So are you married, kids, any of that good stuff?
Not no kids, but committed relationship. 4 or 5 years in, yeah, yeah, live together and all that sort of stuff.
All right. You guys buy a house together?
Not together, no. She moved into my house.
Oh,
That's
hell
the
yeah.
way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit, I didn't buy a house till I got married.
Yeah, yeah. I lucked out, man. These fucking like developers over here were doing like a sale house and land package. You know what I mean? And it was actually me and my ex girlfriend at the time built this house, and then I brought my ex out of it, and then the now missus is here.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So how supportive is she with like all the musical journey and all that good stuff?
Oh, she's an absolute legend, man. Yeah, yeah. It's cool too because she's not particularly into music either. She just listens to the radio. But when we first got together, it was during COVID, so there was no gigs or anything like that. But I said to her, like dating a musician is a different thing to anybody else. I said like I'm going to be missing birthdays. Like my mum's engagement, whatever the fuck comes up. You know what I mean? Like if I got a gig, I got a gig. It is what it is. It's funny you
Yeah.
asked that actually. Her birthday's coming up in July, and I Hate God's coming over, playing the day after her birthday. Yeah. So I already hit her up and said, all right, so if we're going away, it has to be 2 days after your birthday because I want to try and play with God. So
Yeah. Yeah, I hate God. Goat Horror's doing that to her, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be killer, man.
Yeah, and fucking all those dudes are super cool. I love seeing them. I love seeing them fucking play. Like I just had Jimmy Bauer on. I think his episode just released like last week.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah. He's a legend, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, super. They're all, every time you see them, they're cool to chat with. And they'll talk to you about literally anything at any time, which is, super fucking nice.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing worse.
Yeah. And Jimmy, like, I think one of the things that I find really cool about I Hate God is they spent years, right? Labels and shopping labels and doing that thing. And now they, I think a lot more bands are really moving towards it, is they pay for the recording and they own all the rights on anything. And then they license it to labels. So it's like they have full fucking creative control and there's no ifs, ands, or buts on what that song sounds like and all that bullshit.
No, 100%, man. As someone like sort of out of the industry, that's exactly how I'd expect it to be. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it makes sense.
for sure. Well, it's it's a lot better for the band because you're not, historically you hear all these bands and what do they say? They're like, oh my God, they're telling us go like this. Like a buddy's band was on a large label and they on going into their sophomore release, the label's like, hey, don't stray from that first album. And they're like, bullshit, we're gonna write what the fuck we want to write.
Yeah, so wild, hey.
Like, damn it. Why I don't want to just I don't want to be AC/DC, write the same album for 70 years or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Just put it on again. It exists
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. Um, what what made you go, I want to play music? Who was there like an artist or a musician or whatever that you were like, shit, I really want to do that.
I really loved CKY. growing up, from Jackass and all that sort of shit. And I had a friend who played guitar, and then classic taught me how to play Smoke on the Water. I realized sort of how simple it is. It's if you just break it down to a process, this is all you have to do. And just from then on, I was like, fuck. So this is actually able to be done. I loved Sum 41, sort of not heaps into the pop punk, but that sort of stuff. Linkin Park when I was younger. I was born in 92, so loved all that sort of shit. But then when I hit 13, 14, System of a Down, bang, bang, bang. Could play all their songs, pretty much straight away on guitar because they're not too complicated. Tastes have changed since then,
Yeah.
but Mega probably would be the biggest, I'd say. Got into them maybe, 13, 14, still love them. Rust in Peace, best album ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Who is
Yeah.
that? Is that with Gar Samuelson on drums?
No, that's Nick Menza,
That
the first one.
yeah. Okay. That's they fucking Megadeth is like this rotating cast of characters with everyone except
Us.
Dave.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
for sure, man.
And it's the same. I like them because you go to their show and you know what to expect. Like it's gonna be a fucking Megadeth show. Like he gets in there with his screeching vocals and shit.
Nah, 100%, man. Exactly.
What band for you had like as far as live show goes that really blew your mind that you're like, man, I didn't expect them to be that good and they were really fucking awesome.
Municipal Waste. Hey, I knew, like, I expected him to be fucking unbelievable, but just the whole. They played at this venue in Melbourne, 300 cap. It was their second show in Melbourne, so it was sort of billed as like a secret show. They played a different set. Um, Tiny room. They probably sold about 350 tickets in a 300 cap room. And I remember the circle pit around the sound desk blowing my mind. You know what I mean? Just being like, fuck, these dudes are so tight, so heavy, but everyone's laughing. Everyone's having fun. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I'm not a serious type of dude. So seeing that sort of shit and being like, fuck, that's it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, those dudes, you're right, they're tight. They get up there, they do it, they knock it out, and you can tell they're having fun and they're super fucking professional. Like, okay, boom, they hit it and just go.
100%, stopping on a dime, playing 45-minute sets in, out, fucking get it done. So cool.
Hell yeah, it is. They're they're on tour over here right now. I got someone I know is teching for him on that tour, and I'm just like, man, I should make a trip and go fucking see him. Like,
Yeah, fuck. That lineup's cool too. Ghoul and shit, Dead Heat.
yeah, and Necrot, I fucking love those dudes.
Yeah, Necrot are cool, man.
Yeah, I think who did I see them? First time I saw them, like I'd never heard of them, and then they came on and they crushed, and I was like, oh. My buddy's like, okay, we're gonna go buy all their fucking merch, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, sick. For a three-piece too.
Yeah, yeah, I fucking love it. Maybe they just finished because I think he just posted some shirts. Luca just was like, hey, we got some of their tour long sleeves for sale.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, do you guys have plans to come to the States?
No concrete plans, but that's all we want to fucking do. We just want to hit the States and Europe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying as hard as we can. Really want to sort of half and half DIY. Want to hit a band up sort of the same stature as us and do it together. You know what I mean? Don't want to come and just book venues by ourselves, but at the
Yeah,
same time, I'm going through a fucking booking agent. I know what the fuck to deal with that is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So find a
yeah.
band our level that we love. Fucking just go out, book some shows together.
Okay. Well, let's
Yeah,
see if we can find you some bands over here your level and make that shit happen because
yeah.
I'll come to the
Oath,
fucking
fucking
show.
oath.
Yeah,
Yes.
be good shit. So are you a drinker?
Not particularly. I'm not a drinker. Have a beer or two with dinner. I'm the only one in the band that's not a drinker though.
Okay.
Everyone else, yeah, yeah,
You s- do you smoke weed?
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
that's my. Uh,
So there was a band from Australia back in the 90s called No Reason, and they're like a they're like a hardcore band. I fucking love them, dude. They did they came over here and did a like a month tour, and we were hanging out, and it was the first people I ever met. Like they rolled a fucking joint and had like uh almost like a butt on the end, but it wasn't a yeah. I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck is that? Like, whatever.
Yeah, people do it here.
Yeah, it was so that cracked me up. It was like it's like a core memory, right? Like, oh,
Yeah,
that was whatever. Um,
I'll have to check it out. I've never heard of them. I would have been too young at the time. But yeah, I'll check them out. I'll try and find them anyway. No reason.
yeah, I've been trying to find them too, and I haven't found them. I'm like, oh shit. There's a bunch of other bands called No Reason though. There's like one out of Tokyo, and I think one where are they at? One out of maybe England or something.
Oh, very true.
Fucking UK. Um,
Yeah,
so you guys have that relationship with Matt, right, from King Parrot. Is he helping like guide you on anything, or are you guys just like friends, or what's up?
yeah. So he helps manage us. Yeah, we do a lot of our stuff ourselves. Book shows. Every time you email us or hit the Instagram or anything, it's all us. But he's got the contacts. He brought out Despise You last year. We talked him into doing that, so we jumped on that tour. So he's helping us out where he can. Yeah,
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see grind bands going from almost nothing to something, like and I feel like King Parrot has really helped shape that, right? You've got like shit, they've been coming over here for 14, 15 years or something. And
yeah, yeah. It's like even the crowd at their shows to this day are so many like normies. You know what I mean? Just people that you'd see down the street, you would not think about it, that have seen the videos. They have a laugh, they come down. It's fucking unbelievable, the crowd that comes out to them. You know what I mean? It's seriously like the crowd you'd expect, the grind crowd, the 50
yeah,
to 100 people that like the shit. And then there's all the other people that are just getting turned onto it. And it's fucking, like you said, it's so cool because it's not like they set out to do that. You know what I mean? You just
right.
write music, just connected. And I think their merch really helps too, man. You see the amount of people that come into a King Parrot show with a King Parrot shirt on, leaving with another King Parrot shirt on. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I from a fan's perspective, like I'm that guy, right? Like I'll come in and I know it's like don't wear the band shirt, but I'm like, fuck, I don't care. I'm going to see
Oh
that
fucking
band. I'll wear their fucking
yeah,
shirt. I'm gonna buy more shirts when I'm there. I want them to keep going. I want to see more shit come from them.
yeah. It's like their fans are fans. They've really been able to bridge that fucking line just between casual listeners.
Yeah. Well, you can't really be a casual listener, I think, when it comes to grind. Like you're either
So
in
true.
or you're not.
Yeah, so true. No one's going from Ariana Grande to chucking some Pig Destroyer on.
No, not at all. No agoraphobic nosebleed or none of that shit. They're like, okay. Uh, so there you like crossover. There's a really kick-ass crossover band from my area. They're called Belushi Speedball.
Yes, yeah,
They
they're
just
sick. I think they played Full Terror Assault last year with King Parrot, and Matt
yeah,
was telling me about that they were fucking awesome.
yeah, they're fucking great, dude, and their live show is crazy too. Like
Yeah, sick.
that's a tour I'd take all the time off work and follow the whole tour.
Fucking oath. Fucking oath.
Um, they just released a single on a slice of pizza.
That's the best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look. That's fucking unreal.
Yeah, dude. Like the cool thing about them is like they look for really cool, really unique ways to like merchandise. So they've got they released an album on a Teddy Ruxpin. They released an album on a N64 cartridge. Um, a slice of pizza now. They fucking
That's unreal. But it's so cool, because you've got to have it,
yeah. Yeah. It's like my buddy was just he just said something on like Facebook. Uh, man, I hope they've got still got some of those pizzas when I get back to work.
Yeah.
And Vinny was like, "Oh, we'll make sure to have a piece of pizza for you when you get back to work." I'm like fuck yeah, dude. I love seeing that shit. Unique merchandising ways because it really it it helps you like set your own like set make your own mark, right? People
100%, man. People walk past the merch desk and go, you know what I mean? Especially if it's something cheap, and they go, $5. Fuck, I've got to have that. You know what I mean? Like a
yeah.
funny pin or something. We've got grinders. I just bought heaps of cheap plastic grinders from China, and our drummer's a sign writer, so he just prints stickers. Yeah, and people walk past and they see a Choof grinder. It says Choof on one side, grind on the other for $5. I can't go wrong. You know what I mean? Everyone grabs one.
Yeah, and it costs you like 50 cents to fucking do it all, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Making a killing, and it's still $5. It's
Yeah.
nothing.
Like fuck yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's badass. So what all kind of merch do you guys have?
So at the moment, we've got probably 5 or 6 different shirt designs. The 7 inch, the 10 inch. Well, we've actually got a figurine made up. So the 7 inch cover was painted by there's this collective of people out in Ghana in Africa called Deadly Prey Gallery. They drew all these crazy fucking movie posters and shit. So us and the band we did the split with, Carnal Viscera, commissioned them to do a cover for it, right? And the idea of it was a double-headed monster. They're death metal, so he's holding a chainsaw in one hand. We're fucking idiots, so he's holding a dildo in the other hand, and he's smashing down Sydney Harbour Bridge. And then the Carnal Viscera dudes ended up figuring out we should 3D print these figurines. So we've got little, 2 inch figurines of the monster. Yeah, yeah. So that's cool. People see that. If
So
anything, it gets them over to have a.
here's the question. Does the monster have the chainsaw and the dildo in his hand?
You bet he does.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna have to order one. Are they on Bandcamp?
They're not, but I'll send one to you. Fucking oath. We'll figure one out.
Fuck yeah. God,
Yeah.
I put that shit on my like right up by my TV. You walk in the fucking house,
Yeah.
chainsaw dildo, like that's fucking awesome. Um, so we're if you guys DIY it, we're looking at October-ish for the album. What kind of timeline before you want to get over here to the States? Or before you're really trying to get over here to the States?
Realistically, next year. And then just trying to sort of figure out when's the best touring period out of that. Do we hit early next year? Because the seasons are opposite, so is it better to hit out in summer or wait till spring? Once we find the other band, find out their schedule and shit as well. But yeah, realistically, it'll be next year.
Okay. So I feel like for us, um, spring, March, like March, April is when so many bands are just like hitting the road and really getting out and going because we're coming out of the shit weather. People are tired of being locked in the house. Now let's get out and spend some money and go see the shows.
Yeah, 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 yeah. True. Sick. I'll keep that in mind. March, April.
Yeah. So, okay. So that means we got to get on the fucking train and make it happen for you guys.
Fucking oath. I better get my passport sorted.
Yeah, no shit. You're not going anywhere without that damn thing.
Yeah, not happening.
Uh, so, it's funny. It used to be probably about the time you were born, because I'm old as fuck. Uh, you could just go across the bridge to Canada with your driver's license. So it was real easy back and forth. Now you got to
That's
make
unreal.
now you got to have a passport, and I'm like, that sucks, dude. Like,
Yeah, I think we're similar with New Zealand. So that's like a little island, sort of 2 hour flight. I don't think you need a passport for there. But yeah, everywhere else can't leave the fucking country.
Wow, that's
It's
cool.
crazy. I get it. I understand, but
Yeah,
fucking, it's just a bit. It's not much.
yeah. But I have an ID. It says I live here. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sure it's linked to the same fucking government records. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Well, I don't know, because the government's all kinds of fucked up. They're like, okay, you have a driver's license, you go in this pool over here. None of them talk to each other. You're like, ah, fuck, come on.
yeah,
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 yeah. You're right. Wouldn't surprise.
yeah. Um, shit. I'm like, I'm having a lot of fun talking with you, and I'm like, I want to keep this thing going for like 6 hours. Um,
You got
what?
about 6 hours. Leave. I'm going to thing with Sugar Bog tonight.
Oh, that'll be a badass fucking show. I don't ever know
Yeah,
how to.
yeah. Them and Disentomb. So that'll be good fun. Brutal.
Yeah, brutal as shit. And that fucking dude's up there like,
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
yes, he's a fucking monster, dude. Have-
Oh, it's
Uh,
so fun. That's why
so, are you a Slayer fan?
yes.
What do you think about them playing some shows together again?
It's fucking weird. it's I'm always of the opinion, like, especially like smaller bands, but why ever say you're retired or broken up? Bands can not do anything for years and then do something if they want. You don't have to like put like a label on it. Now they've just sort of made themselves look like fucking idiots. It's the same lineup coming back 5 years, and it's been COVID for the last four, really. You know what I mean? So they haven't really been gone that long. And the
Yeah.
timing with Kerry King's shit, so weird, man.
Well, and the whole thing with Carrie was like right before they announced the Slayer shit, he's like, Dave's dead to me. I've not talked to Tom since 2019.
Does this big tell all interview. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then literally like a week later,
Yeah,
reunion shows come out. What the fuck?
yeah. Like, he was just doing that shit to stir up some shit in the media. He like called him like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna talk a little shit. We got this, right?"
Yeah, fucking oath, fully, man.
Uh, I'm excited. I've always been, I've been a big Slayer fan for shit 35, 38 years, whatever it is, since
Yeah,
God, I gotta think. Since the late 80s, probably like 87 or so.
that's fucking cool, man.
Holy fuck, I'm old. Um,
Can't say anything. So,
and they're playing 10 minutes from my house.
oh, look, I'm not. If they come to Australia, I'm going. But fucking yeah, it just
Yeah.
wasn't on my bingo list, you know.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like my bingo card did not have Slayers playing shows this year at all.
Yeah,
Especially with seeing the amount of touring that Carrie's band is gonna do.
yeah, yeah. Because who did what tour did he just get announced support for? It was some fucking big. Oh, the Mastodon and Lamb of God one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that comes to fucking Australia, man. Seeing Leviathan and Ashes of the Wake would be.
Oh, dude, both killer albums. The fucking and both of those bands are just phenomenal, right? Great live shows. And I'm interested to see Carrie's project because it's the music itself is very Slayer, and it's got Mark Osaguida on vocals, and I fucking love his voice, dude. I'm a big Death Angel fan too.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You
so
know,
cool, bit punky.
yeah, sounds fucking it sounds great. I'm like, all right, this should be it should be a lot of fun live.
Yeah, yeah, fucking oath.
If for you, like if you had a like you can open for any band and tour the fucking world, what band would that be?
Uh, um, I don't even know. If it was for Choof, something I'd love to play with Wormrot. tour with them. That'd be sick. They are like so fucking good. Yeah, very grind, but they do their own shit, especially like the last album, the B side. So crazy. The amount of fucking different shit that's on there, but no one's not saying they're grind. You know what I mean? It's very grind oriented. Everyone knows where it's coming from, but it's very experimental, progressive in a way. Um, yeah, they just seem like cool dudes too. Just the three dudes going out, fucking smashing it.
Hell yeah. Well, and that's really it's always really cool when you've got a band that you dig and they're heavily into whatever, whatever type of music, and then they do this experimental shit and it's like, hold on, it's still really fucking good and they're still in that same vein. It's just really different than everyone else, you know?
100%, man. Yeah, as much as I like your cookie cutter grind, a breath of fresh air is all you need sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Fuck. Sometimes you really do need it. You're like, okay, I've listened to AC/DC again. Like, let's let's make this happen. Um, what tour uh have you caught that, like the tour as a whole, right? We've already talked about Municipal Waste, but the whole bill, you were like, man, that was a fucking just a great bill from beginning to end.
One that blew my mind was when I was real young. I was about 20. It was called Bastard Fest over here. So Psychroptic headlined, and I was a big metalhead growing up, So I went for Psychroptic, and a band called I Exist from Canberra over here were opening. Sludgy hardcore. I hate God influenced. Really cool stuff. So I went. That's all I knew. I thought this is going to be awesome, right? So I Exist played. Then on this other small stage, I heard this other band was about to play called Extortion, like the biggest power violence band out of Australia. Yeah, I was ignorant to it at the time, had no idea. Most stage dives I've ever seen in my life to this day. Then it was, I can't remember, but another metal band that blew my mind. Mind Snare, Australia's greatest hardcore band, played. And then before Psychroptic, it was fucking Ringworm. Blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? That was sort of the gig that made me realise that hardcore's over here, hardcore growing up was the metalcore stuff. Your Parkway Drive, I Killed the Prom Queen.
Yeah.
Then you Mind Snare and Ringworm, and you go, it's pretty much just fucking thrash metal. There's no difference, just no, it's just short thrash metal, really.
Yeah.
That fucking mind, then just go home, Googling it, finding DRI, suicidal tendencies, and all that sort of shit.
All right. So that was the shit that really opened you up. You're like, okay, I gotta find it.
Yeah, 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 100%, man. I was really, closed minded as a young one, like we all are. It was just metal, metal, metal. You know what I mean? 10-minute
Yeah.
songs, 8-minute songs. I'm on a math and shit like that. And then, just grew out of it, found it, it's all a bit too serious. I'm not like that. So the crossover hardcore stuff, that's me. I mean, there's a lot of mediocre bands in that. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty easy to write a shit hardcore song, but when it's done right, untouchable. There's a really good band out of New York, I think, called Mind Force right now.
Yep.
So fucking sick, man.
Yeah. There's really a lot of good bands, and I'm finding, so I spend most of my day just researching bands. Like I'm driving in my car and I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, I'm gonna listen to this. And sometimes I'm like, no, fucking get rid of
Yeah,
it, you know?
yeah,
Um,
a lot of
yeah. There's this like stoner band that I just came into called Fire Down Below out of Belgium. Fucking blew my mind. Just they're
yeah, yeah, yeah,
fucking good, solid, tight. It's they call themselves a like stoner metal with hints of like psych and doom, and there's something else in there they say. Man, it's so good.
yeah.
Um
Fuck yeah, I'll suss it out.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Um Jackson, I'm going to say thank you. I greatly appreciate you taking time out of your Saturday so you and I can chat and I can put some stuff out. I want to see Choof over here.
Yeah, you legend. Cheers for having me on, man. Thanks for good chat.
Fuck yeah. Have a great day, dude.
Have a good one, man.
See ya.